Welcome back from the break. I have an amazing interview today with Elysia Cartlidge, who is the in-store dietitian at Zehrs in Orangeville and Bolton, and she's here to share with us today the program that they offer there, and hopefully she's able to help you. Welcome to the show, Elysia.
Thank you very much for having me.
So before we get into the, I'm going to say, I guess, the juicy details of the program that's offered there, the first thing I want to do is learn more about you. So what was it that got you interested in becoming a dietitian in the first place?
Okay. Well, it's actually an interesting story because it stems back to when I was in grade 10. So when I was in grade 10, I went on a French exchange program, and it was actually in New Brunswick, where I stayed with a family for 6 weeks. And there I was eating a lot of different foods. I was totally out of my routine. I wasn't exercising. And needless to say, when I got back from my 6-week trip, I just didn't feel like myself. I really felt like I wanted to get back on track. So that's when I really started to research fitness and nutrition and just figuring out how to become healthier again. Mm-hmm. So at that point, when I really started delving into the research, I realized how passionate I was about it. And from there, it was pretty much a no-brainer that I was going to go on to complete my undergraduate degree in nutrition. And I've basically been hooked ever since. So I'm really passionate about what I do. Well,
that's fascinating. I seem to notice that, there's a lot of, especially if you're researching online, there's all these supposed experts and gurus and I'm going to say nutritionists and all that out there, but I was wondering if you could maybe tell us the difference between a dietitian, a registered dietitian, and a nutritionist.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm really glad that you asked that question because I find it creates a lot of confusion amongst people. So the primary difference is the fact that a registered dietitian is regulated under the College of Dietitians of Ontario to a very high standard of ethics. So basically, in order to become a registered dietitian, there's a number of steps that are required. So first of all, you must go on to complete an undergraduate degree in foods and nutrition through some university. So I went to the University of Guelph. And then from that point on, you either have to do a dietetic internship through some accredited institution, or another option would be to complete a combined master's practicum program, which is the route I took. And basically from there, you complete competencies, a number of competencies. And then after that, you have to go on to write a 6-hour registration exam. So it's fairly intense. And then the fun's not over yet, because then after that, you have to maintain your professional designation by completing ongoing professional development. Whereas a nutritionist, on the other hand, it's not a regulated profession. So basically anyone can call themselves a nutritionist, even if they simply read a book.
I was going to say, so becoming a registered dietitian isn't just a weekend course.
No, it was a 5-year journey for me, if not longer.
Yeah, it's not that easy. It definitely takes a lot of hard work and dedication.
For sure.
And you have to be very passionate about it, obviously.
Definitely.
So what is it exactly then? We might as well jump into the, I guess, the big questions now. But what is your role at Zehrs? What is it that you do there exactly?
Okay, once again, very good question, because right now we're really in the process of trying to build that awareness about the program, because we offer a number of really great services there. So first of all, one of the primary services that we do offer there as the dietitians at Zehrs is we offer nutrition checkups. So basically what that would be is you can come in, anyone can come in.
And this is a free service?
It's a free service, yeah. So you can come in, book an appointment with me, and then from there we can talk about your goals. It's all personalized, individualized, depending on your unique goals. And I basically can see anyone from those people with diabetes to people with heart health issues, whether they're looking to manage their blood pressure, cholesterol, allergies. I've even had families come in where we talk about how they can get on track as a family and become healthier, which it really excites me.
So you're actually working in the store?
That's right.
And I guess they come see you, but what do you do? Like, is it just a counseling session, or are you walking them around the store?
Yep, so it can be a number of things, and pretty much it's individualized based on the client or the customer's request. So first of all, generally we start off with an initial assessment. So we'll take a look at where they're at, their current dietary intake, and then depending on what they're looking to achieve, I'll usually make some recommendations, some general recommendations. And then from there, we might go walk the store floor. We'll talk about some nutrition education with regards to specific products. We might do some label reading, portion sizes depending on what their unique goal is. So that's a really great service that
Well,
we
that's
offer.
the thing too. I find label reading's a big one. I know that a lot of the times people don't understand, the order in which ingredients are listed or whatever, and they don't realize how packed full of sugar or something certain products are. So
Definitely.
I mean, it's really important to understand how to read a label for sure, to know exactly what it is that you're getting in your diet.
Exactly.
So why is it that Loblaws, I guess, created this position? Like, what was their reasoning behind it? Because I know that I haven't really been to very many other grocery stores or whatever that are offering this. So what was their initiative? Why did they decide to do this?
Right. So Loblaws, their primary mission is to help customers live life well. So basically, several years ago, they made a move to hire dietitians through various provinces across Canada to basically act as the healthy ambassadors for the company. So promoting health and wellness in local communities, and in my circumstance, it's the Zehrs in both the Orangeville and Bolton locations. And basically, we're there in the grocery store helping customers learn how to live life well. And what better place than in a grocery store where we get access to hundreds of people every day, and we get to engage with them and share our passion with them as well.
I think that's unbelievable. I still can't believe that it's a free service that's offered. Like,
For sure.
I'm hoping that people that are watching will definitely take advantage of it. I think it's an incredible service.
Exactly.
I know another unique thing is I know there's a guiding star system that you guys have implemented within the store. What exactly is that?
So Guiding Stars is a really unique program in the sense that it's a nutritional rating system that we use throughout the store to basically help customers make healthier choices. So basically the star ratings are found on all the different products throughout the store, and it ranges anywhere from 0 stars to 3 stars. So 3 stars would be healthier, whereas 0 stars would be a less healthy item. So for instance, I've got some products here. So we have our PC Blue Menu 6-bean medley. So this would be considered a 3-star item because it's higher in fiber, it's lower in sodium, saturated fats, and trans fats, as well as sugar. Then on the other hand, we have this product here, which is a no name. It's a marinated, ready-to-serve mixed bean salad. So it looks relatively similar, both of these products. But this one has 0 stars. And that's largely because it's higher in sugar, saturated fats, and trans fats. And it's also higher in that sodium as well, and lower in fiber.
Wow.
So you can see here that that star system can really help to differentiate between the different products and the healthier items. And it's all based upon a scientific algorithm.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's it based on? Because how would you determine what would be defined as a 3-star versus, because I'd look at these two products in the store and I'd be thinking the only difference I would see is price. They look like the same product to me. I wouldn't be looking necessarily at the ingredients. I just think it was the same thing pretty much, but obviously it's not. So I'm just wondering, how did they base the star rating? Like, what criteria kind of goes into it?
Okay, so basically, as I mentioned before, it is based upon a scientific algorithm. So products are given stars if they have things such as vitamins, minerals, omega-3s, fiber, and whole grains. Whereas they're deducted stars, so they'll be given a lower star rating if they have saturated fats, trans fats, added sugar, and sodium. So that's basically how they decide upon the star rating for various products. And it is conducted by a third party. So there's no involvement from Loblaw.
So let's say, I know the cereal aisle's got to be a big star rating differential for sure.
For sure.
So give us an example, I guess, of what you might see there. Because I know that for sure you're going to see probably 3-star cereals, and then there's 0. Some of them are just candy in a box. So just what would the differences be there that people should be aware of?
Okay, so I find that oftentimes, I didn't mention this before, but I also offer grocery store tours and field trips for kids, which are really unique programs as well in the store. So basically, when we go on these tours, I really emphasize that star rating in the grocery store, in the cereal aisle, because that's a perfect area to help to differentiate between various cereals. So I find the best thing to look for are cereals such as perhaps oatmeal that has been unsweetened. The shredded wheat is a good example. PC Blue Menu has a number of great cereals as well, such as their bran flakes and their multigrain O's. So there's a number of great cereals there. And then on the other hand, you've got your zero-star cereals, which tend to be popular among the kids.
Of course.
During the field trips, they always
Candy in a
tend to,
box.
yeah, they gravitate towards those. But basically those would be things like your Sugar Crisp or
Yeah.
your Fruit Loops. So those are the ones to try to steer
Yeah.
away from.
So I know, I just think, I'm very fascinated by the fact that we have, two different basically cans of beans here. One's 3 and one is 0 stars. Is it the same way for cereal? Like, would you have, say, a brand of, say, bran flakes that could be a 3-star, and then there could be another one by a different company that would be 0, even though it's the
Definitely.
exact same cereal?
Yes. So
Really?
it all just depends on that balance of those various factors that I told you about before.
Yeah.
So just that, primarily it's based on the fiber, the sugar content, and whether or not they're fortified. So oftentimes a lot of the cereals are fortified as well with various minerals or vitamins. So that can affect the overall star rating as well.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a really great program, and it definitely eases that process of choosing healthier items in the store.
It's unbelievable. So I guess if I were walking into the store now and I wanted to have you help me, so I'm walking in, I don't know what I'm looking for, I don't understand this, how do I get a hold of you, or how do I make an appointment for you to walk me around and show me? How does that work?
Right. So it all depends upon where I am at that particular time when you walk in the store. So as you mentioned, I do operate between 2 different stores, the Zehrs Bolton as well as the Zehrs Orangeville. So if I happen to be in the store that day, then generally you can find me by my nutrition booth, which in Orangeville is located at the back of the store in between Joe Fresh and the natural value section. If I am scheduled to be in the store, but I don't happen to be there exactly at my booth, because a lot of times I have other commitments or I might be on the store floor doing other activities, then what you can do is pick up a business card or one of my calendars off of my booth, and you can give me a phone call or send me an email, and we can always set up an appointment from there. Or if you happen to know that I am in the store, you can always get customer service to page me as well. Now, Bolton, on the other hand, I'm located right in front of the pharmacy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really necessarily require an appointment. If you're available, someone can just say, hey, come, I know you're the dietitian, can you take me around the store and show me, say this STAR program?
Right. So it depends on how in-depth of a conversation you're looking to have.
Okay.
So generally, as I mentioned before, I do have scheduled commitments throughout the day. So if you're looking for more of an in-depth nutrition checkup, then that generally requires an appointment,
Okay.
just because it might not necessarily fit in with my schedule that day. Or, for instance, a grocery store tour, you would want to book an appointment as well. Although these days we're offering more so mini tours. So the mini tours are a little bit more conscious of that time constraint. So in that case, if I am available, I can certainly take you around the store.
So what kind of people can you help then? Like medical conditions, like what are we talking about here?
Okay, so it's a wide range of people that the dietitians can assist, anywhere from infants, obviously with their parents, to children, to teenagers, to adults, to seniors. So we see all age groups. And in terms of the medical conditions, it can range anywhere from, I've seen diabetics, I've seen people looking to manage their weight, so whether that's weight loss or weight gain. I've seen people with allergies or food sensitivities, even sports nutrition. I find that's a popular one too. So I've seen a few triathletes looking to prepare for their race, and they're just looking to enhance their overall performance. Or it doesn't even necessarily have to be a medical condition. So as I mentioned, I've had families come in, and I had 6 people sitting across from me at the table, and they were all looking to improve their overall health and wellness as a family, which is really exciting.
That is amazing. So just a little, I find that with this show, I have a lot of, the transformations I have on, a lot of it is geared towards weight loss. So, I know that as far as our society is now, this has become a bigger and bigger issue. But if I were to walk into the store now looking to lose weight, how could you help me? What would you do?
Okay, so because this is oftentimes a little bit more of an in-depth type of consultation, you would want to book an appointment with me first of all, because it's not just a quick fix. We don't provide you just with a pill that you pop.
Yeah.
Like, we want to make sure that we're walking you through the necessary steps. So first of all, you'd want to book that appointment with me. And then what we would generally do is an initial assessment. So from there, we would look at family history, medical history. We might take a look at your current dietary intake. And from there, I would make some recommendations for you just based on your overall goals. And then, like, I find a lot of times people, they have huge long-term goals. Like, they want to lose 100 pounds or 50 pounds, which is great. It's fabulous. But oftentimes what I encourage is that we break it down into smaller, more realistic steps. So those are the baby steps that we take to reach that larger outcome. So generally we will do that in the first session, just set some goals. And then perhaps from there we might walk around the store and talk about different products that they can incorporate into their overall diet or their eating plan. And we might do some label reading, talk about portion sizes, just to get them set up. And then from there, from that point on, they can always book an appointment with me as a follow-up, and they can come back, because as many of us know, in order to be truly successful on that weight loss journey, it does require that support and accountability.
So I'd be assuming also, I would think that the fruits and vegetables and all the natural products, I don't think is there stickers on there indicating that they're 3-star? I'd imagine.
For sure.
Oh, there is.
There are, definitely, yep. So the produce items, like the fruits and vegetables, they generally tend to be 2 or 3 stars, just because they are the healthier items in the store. So there's definitely room for the stars in the produce section too.
Okay.
And it does differ. You'd be amazed at some of the differences, and a lot of times it just indicates some of those fruits, especially fruits, I find, that are higher in sugar or just a little bit different in their overall nutrient balance.
One thing that I do know, especially with you, is I know that you're a gym goer. You know, you work out yourself. What do you do to keep? And this is another thing with the show too, is I always talk about the combination of proper nutrition with exercise. What is it that you recommend that also? Like, is that sort of, you know, what is it that's even part of your lifestyle?
Right. So for me, it's always been really important to practice what I preach. Ever since I became a dietitian, that was my primary philosophy. So generally what I do is I aim to get to the gym 4 to 5 times per week. I'm a real gym girl. I'm not necessarily athletic, but I do like the gym. And from there, I generally incorporate strength training. So I'm a big fan of lifting weights and doing that whole strength training thing just to make sure that I maintain that lean muscle mass, which then in turn ups that metabolism. And I also make sure that I incorporate some cardiovascular activities and flexibility activities as well.
All right, Elysia, we're down to about our final minute here, but I noticed you brought some little goodies in here. I'm wondering if you could explain what those are. Definitely.
So as part of the dietitian service at Zehrs, what we do are recipe demonstrations as well as tasting experiences. So basically we're on the floor making these recipes for customers to taste on the spot, and they're also welcome to take recipes with them as well. So here we've got some almond date truffles, and we did this in relation to a heart health theme that we had going on in the store. So it's made with the almonds, the dates, and unsweetened cocoa powder, which are all really great ingredients when it comes to managing overall heart health. So it's a really great service that we offer, just providing that healthy inspiration for customers.
That's great. Well, we're out of time. I want to thank you so much for being a guest on the show. We'll definitely have to get you back on again. When we come back from the break, I'm just going to highlight some of the things that Elysia has mentioned in our interview. After all, success leaves clues.